Bunji, Baogig, Taungtung, Ra Mt Con, Voi Ma, Langthang, Siberia, BTTN 60 and Chiem to HY Haihu Tham Thang Qua video. The woolly mammoth is one of the most famous extinct animals. This species of mammoth lived during the Pleistocene until the Holocene extinction event, which killed off many large animals. But what if I told you that some of these mammoths have managed to survive all the way until now? In this video we're going to talk about how mammoths survived the Ice Age. Why are they the last woolly mammoths? And finally, why do we need to find and study these creatures? Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out on any of our awesome videos. Let's take a journey back in time to Siberia 4,000 years ago. Picture a vast, frozen landscape dotted with snow-covered mammoth steppe. The air is crisp and cold as the wind whistles across the barren plains. In the distance you can see a herd of woolly mammoths lumbering along, their thick fur coats protecting them from the biting wind. These gentle giants are well adapted to the harsh environment, using their tusks to dig through the snow and their large bodies to conserve heat. But as you continue exploring this frozen wasteland, you begin to notice signs of life amidst the ice. In the clearings between the snow-covered trees, you spot small groups of humans huddled around a fire, their breath forming white clouds in the frigid air. They are hunters, and the mammoth is their primary target. With spears and arrows in hand, they wait patiently for the perfect opportunity to strike. As the sun begins its slow descent over the horizon, casting long shadows across the landscape, the tension builds. Suddenly a mammoth breaks away from the herd, its massive form silhouetted against the setting sun. The hunters exchange glances, and with a burst of speed, they give chase. The hunt is on. At the same time, on the other side of the Siberian plains, a group of woolly mammoths gathers around a pool of water, their thirst driving them to this precious resource. As they lower their heads to drink, a loud crack echoes across the frozen wasteland. The ground beneath their feet begins to shake, and before they know it, a wall of ice and snow is rushing towards them. A glacier, thousands of years in the making, has finally given way, trapping the mammoths in its icy grip. So what's going on here? What happened to these creatures that once roamed the earth? Humans hunted them to extinction, climate change, or something else? Before we answer that, let's explore the world of these ancient mammals a little further. Mammoths are a fascinating group of creatures that have captured the imagination of people for centuries. These gigantic mammals were known for their thick fur, large tusks, and incredible size. There were several different species of mammoth that lived throughout the world, but the most famous was the woolly mammoth. The woolly mammoth was perfectly adapted to survive in the cold climate of the Ice Age. Their thick fur kept them warm in freezing temperatures, while their large tusks helped them to dig through the snow and ice to find food. Mammoths were herbivores, and they used their tusks to strip bark off trees and to uproot plants. They also used their tusks to defend themselves against predators such as wolves and tigers. These creatures were not only well adapted to their environment, but they were also social animals who lived in herds. Herds of mammoths would move from place to place in search of food and would communicate with each other using a variety of sounds, including trumpets and rumbles. Despite their immense size and strength, mammoths were not invincible. During the Ice Age, mammoths faced a number of threats, including competition for resources and predation by other animals. However, the most significant threat to mammoths was the changing climate. As the glaciers began to melt, the forests began to spread, and the grasslands that mammoths relied on for food began to disappear. This, combined with the competition from other animals for resources, led to the decline of the mammoth population. Eventually, mammoths went extinct, but not without leaving behind a legacy that continues to fascinate us today. Now let's get back to our story. Imagine being a scientist in the year 2023 and discovering evidence of an animal that you thought had been extinct for thousands of years. It might sound like the plot of a movie, but it actually happened to scientists who have discovered evidence of woolly mammoths living as recently as 4,000 years ago. What's even more amazing is that these mammoths were found in Siberia, one of the coldest places on Earth. So how could these ancient creatures have survived for so long? Well, it turns out that the Siberian wilderness is home to a unique ecosystem that has managed to preserve a number of Ice Age animals, including woolly mammoths. The Siberian permafrost is a layer of permanently frozen ground that covers much of the region. This permafrost has created a natural freezer that has kept a number of animals and plants from the Ice Age alive for thousands of years. Scientists have discovered carcasses of mammoths in the permafrost that are so well preserved that they still have fur, skin, and even internal organs. One of the most recent discoveries was made in 2010 when a team of scientists, led by Dr. Semyon Gregoriev of the Russian Academy of Sciences, discovered the remains of a baby woolly mammoth in northeastern Siberia. The mammoth was estimated to be only a few weeks old when it died, and its body was so well preserved that it still had fur and skin. Another amazing discovery was made in 2011 when a gold mining company in Siberia uncovered the remains of a woolly mammoth that was also only a few weeks old. The mammoth's body was so well preserved that it still had flexible ears and eyelashes. But what's really amazing is that these young mammoths weren't just preserved in the permafrost, they were actually frozen while still inside their mother's womb. Woolly mammoth babies were born with thick coats of fat that helped keep them warm in the freezing temperatures. And it seems that these coats of fat may have also helped preserve their bodies after they died. The discovery of these frozen mammoths has provided scientists with a wealth of information about these ancient creatures. For example, scientists have been able to study the DNA of these mammoths to learn more about their genetics and evolution. They've also been able to examine their bodies to learn more about their behavior and lifestyle. One of the most interesting things that scientists have learned is that woolly mammoths had much darker skin than previously thought. In fact, they were probably black, which would have helped them absorb more heat from the sun and stay warm in the cold climate. The discovery of these frozen mammoths has also taught us a lot about the Ice Age. By studying the remains of mammoths and other animals, scientists have been able to learn about the environment and climate of the Ice Age and better understand the factors that led to the extinction of these creatures. The woolly mammoth is an iconic creature of the Ice Age, and its extinction is a stark reminder of the fragility of life on Earth. But thanks to the discovery of frozen mammoths in Siberia, we have a unique opportunity to learn about these amazing animals and the world they lived in. By studying the past, we can gain a better understanding of the present and protect the amazing animals and ecosystems that we have today. By studying mammoths, scientists are able to learn about the ancient climates and ecosystems in which they lived. This information is useful for understanding how the planet has changed over time and predicting how it may change in the future. By studying the remains of mammoths, scientists are able to learn about their diet, behavior, and interactions with other species. This information helps us to understand the role that mammoths played in their ecosystems and how their extinction may have affected other species. Finally, by studying mammoths, scientists are able to learn about the process of extinction. This information is important for understanding the threats that are currently facing endangered species and for developing strategies for protecting them. Overall, the discovery of mammoths frozen in Siberia has provided us with a unique opportunity to learn about these amazing creatures and the world they lived in. By studying mammoths, we can gain a better understanding of the past and protect the amazing animals and ecosystems that we have today. If you love this video, please leave a like, comment, and share with your friends. We appreciate your support and hope you continue to tune in for more amazing videos about extinct animals. Thank you for watching. See you next time.